got money busting out the money clip. Make a call and hit another lick, yeah. Turn a 10-piece to a 20 quick. I got money busting out the money clip. Make a call and hit another lick. Someone get the money counter, I can keep on thumbing it. Turn a 10-piece to a 20 quick. I got money busting out the money clip. Make a call and hit another lick. Someone get the money counter, I can keep on thumbing it. Okay, I'ma hit for 20 off a laptop. In a Zoom meeting, making money is my backdrop. Ballpoint base hit harder than a slap shot. Flew out my baby, told her run me like I'm Epcot. Whoa, whoa, I've been doing road on the go, go. Get a bag and flip it, that's for sure, yeah, for sure, show. That was never talk about nothing. Turn it down and go get you some money. Turn a 10-piece to a 20 quick. I got money busting out the money clip. Make a call and hit another lick. Someone get the money counter, I can keep on thumbing it. Turn a 10-piece to a 20 quick. I got money busting out the money clip. Make a call and hit another lick. Someone get the money counter, I can keep on thumbing it. Eyes on the money, my brothers got my back. Streets moving funny, so I've been on the strap. Not playing defense, we been on the attack.
Well, I messed up, and I made my cradle too big, I think. I mean, that's the tailgate on the second gen, so most of my viewers know the size of the tailgate, and a 4-foot cradle is pretty equivalent to the size of my tailgate. So I think for now, we'll set this cradle off to the side. I miscalculated. I won't even say we, because this was my fault. We got a problem, Taryn. So we got the axle hanging off the dummy shocks, and as I just said, I made it a big truck. And calculations were a little off, but it's maybe a little too late. Unless someone wants to buy this lift off of us. But she likes it, so we're gonna get the overlays on and carry on to getting the rear axle hanging out of it and see how big it actually is on 44s. It's gonna sit like this on 44s. That's how it's gonna sit. Right here. Oh yeah, probably. And just like that, we have the rear axle in place. We did some adjustments, and I changed out the front lower coilover mount to a smaller mount because the mount I had on it was this big giant mount. And I did that originally because I'd rather change out that bottom mount that cost me nothing to make versus changing out the truss or the upper cross member. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna take an inch out of this, put that up an inch, so then the truck should sit pretty solid, I would say, and it'll be level. Cause right now it's about an inch off the ground back here, and up there, the axle is touching the ground. So with that being said, I'm gonna design that, which I might have the file designed for that already. And then I'm gonna hang the axle, and we should be able to pull measurements, and hopefully, we will have the arms on inside the next video. Taryn went ahead, she put her overlay on the cradle. That turned out killer. We went ahead and overlaid the top of the axle truss, which you don't see much, but now everybody's gonna do it now that I did it. Come back here, I got the upper cross member built for it. That turned out baller, I have to say. I notched out for around the frame, for the exhaust, everything. I went ahead and welded a plate in right there because if you guys know, on the second gens, the frame's recessed in right here, so I welded in a 1/4-inch plate. So when I tighten it up, this will tighten up right to the frame. Got the new truss installed. I added a bunch of meat, big meat right here, because the other one had a bigger cutout. And I didn't like it, so now that's installed. And yeah, let's go talk about my big truck and the cradle that I somehow made, because I want my truck to be bigger than Gabe's, and he's now accepting the fact that he doesn't have the biggest truck at the shows. Not to get off topic, but I had a customer who came in, Logan sent it to me, LP24V sent me this customer, and like, hey, get my boy's trailer welded up, the cross brace broke, whatever, helping out a buddy. And come back, and as you guys know, what brand wheels were those on Taryn's truck? Like Axe? I don't even know what they were, AXE or something? Iron Crosses. Well, now, Taryn's rollers / her original wheels on her truck are now sold. And we somehow sold the stock suspension off of this truck. So I was just making, I think, $100 I charged to weld up the fender on the trailer. And I made $1,300 and Doughboy made $1,000 in the matter of 10 minutes. So now we got to get the wheels a little bit sooner for this truck. And I'm thinking 30s. 30s and 40s, 30s and 42s. So the next step is diff covers. We got new diff covers for her build, and I'm gonna weld the brace on the rear axle for the truss and then stabilizer mount off the front axle. So I got 1/4 inch thick diff covers for it. I think Far From Stock we got them from, and Rough Stuff, they do like a clad. Let's hope the fluid isn't a GFP style fluid. Yeah, the GFP water mod. Just like that, the diff fluid's all coming out of the front. We already got the rear cover off. It's underneath the workbench, and nothing came out of it because it was sitting upside down for a long time outside, and all the fluid drained all over the parking lot already. So right there, we're already winning. There's the old diff cover. 2008 axles these are, or 2010, Logan said. Axles. But yeah, we're waiting for this to drain. I don't want to pull it off completely because I don't want it to pour out everywhere, but I'm going to put the new diff cover on that we got for Taryn and order the high steer knuckle today. I think me and her will, or we'll wait and I'll try to build one, but maybe just order it like I did on the OBS. As y'all just seen, we got the truss welded on. I got the axle brackets welded on. The upper mounts are welded on, partially welded on. I still gotta weld the back brace, which I'll weld right here in the center right here a little bit, then all the way down this edge. I have a plate that bolts in like that, that'll come out and down to the diff cover. So then there'll be no front to back movement at all, because that truck did flex, and that's why we have it all apart. Got the upper cross member in. I still gotta put the top bolts in, drill the top holes for it. Come around to the front. We got everything pretty much wrapped up for what we have. You guys seen it, got the diff cover on. That thing looks insane. I don't know why, but I really like this diff cover. It's definitely, I need to get into making those. I did buy it from Far From Stock. We got the top overlay on the truss. I re-tapped all of the holes on the cradle, the trusses, everything for Taryn, because she is coming to put the overlays on in this video. She has these to put on the inside. I think these ones go, yeah. These go on the inside. These ones go on the inside up top. Inside of her upper cross member. And her other cradle overlay is in the office. Went ahead, I got the exhaust hanging all nice. The fitment is perfect. Gotta do some adjusting though up front on the exhaust. But that thing fits around there pretty nice if you ask me. We might buy a new exhaust for this unless I can fully weld it together. And then we'll go ahead and like Cerakote it, powder coat it, whatever will work the best on it. Reason being why I'm putting a back brace, like I said, to bolt on the top of the truss on Taryn's truck, is because this kind of happened too. the pink truck. And we don't want that to happen to Terrence's truck, so we got this truss cut off. And we're gonna get a new one designed for it. I'm gonna make the brace how it goes off the top and hits the diff cover on it. So that's all grinded down. Looking peachy. I gotta do some welding on this truck yet still. Genoa hitch is insane. Look at that thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's like a 26-inch drop if you include all these. So 10 times 2 would be 20. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's like a 26-inch drop. Well, there you guys have it. As you guys seen in the thumbnail, we got a lot done on her truck. The arms are all measured for. Upper cross members in, trusses on, all the brackets are welded, as I showed you guys. Next video, y'all will see me build the back pieces, arms, different upper coilover mounts. I'm gonna weld the upper panhard mount in, and I'm gonna make another video, come over here, I'll make another video building that stuff for my SEMA truck. So I'm gonna get all the files dialed in now, and I still have to decide on a height to make my truck. I do have coilovers right there for it, rad flows, and I did some design change on this for my truck, and it'll say B24V. Hers says T24V. But as you guys know, we have merch that is available. My girlfriend's truck is turning out insane. She went ahead and got all of her overlays on today, which is pretty dope. How I did all the overlays on it. Overlaid everywhere. Inside of here we overlaid. I think right here it says Terran Coast 24V. Top of the truss has overlays on it. Everything is freaking coming together. Got these all welded on. Sway bar tabs for the rear. They go down into the 4-link brackets right there. Got the fuel tank back in. I just started it today, actually, for the first time since we pulled it into the shop. However long ago that video was. So now I'm gonna design the arms to where they clear the fuel tank. I might have to do some changing to this, depending on how the drive shaft angle goes down to that. We're gonna build a cross member for right here, eventually, so we can get our front drive shaft into here. Clock the T-case, get a nice drive shaft inside there. This has to get redesigned. All of this is happening, and this truck is turning out insane. So, with that being said, make sure to like, subscribe, follow all of everything that we post, and her truck's gonna be insane. Also, peep the plate. Peace.
I'm not clean. I don't know about you.
My hand, or I look like this, so you can look like this.
Not to mention you just took a bath in diesel.